Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I am so excited. I have Miss Paz here, so thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, no, the pleasure is mine. Dude, like you're an amazing builder. And the fact I remember asking you because like I started getting a little bit more courage of like asking bigger simmers to come on to the season. And I was like, I don't know if Pete, you're gonna say yes. And you did. I was like, oh my God, the honor is mine. But anyways, Paz, thank you so much for coming here today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your Sims history?
All right. Hi, I'm Paszerine. People in the internet call me Paz for short. That just happened. My real name is Sharina. You can call me that too. I have been playing The Sims since I guess 2005. It started with like The Sims 1, not The Sims 2, even though The Sims 2 was already out during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm an interior designer, and part of that was influenced by growing up playing The Sims, and I just really enjoyed making Sims, building houses, and I remember that I enjoyed it so much that I turned it into a career. So I also build for fun, and I have a channel too, and it's called Paszerine. I do a lot of stop motions. I do some videos on interior design, and I just really love The Sims so much. It's already part of my life. So yeah,
Uh,
that's me.
I love that. It's so funny because like a lot of people who like are on this podcast are lifetime simmers. As I'm a lifetime simmer. I've been playing since '03. I love it. It holds on to us. Now, I know you said you really like you started with Sims 1 even though Sims 2, did you play Sims 2?
Oh yeah, I played all of the Sims games. I think there was like it was kind of like a milestone thing for me. Like in The Sims 1, I was playing it in elementary school. In The Sims 2, I was already a little older. It was a more, I think, middle school or high school. And then The Sims 3, it was a little bit so late to the party in The Sims 3 because I forgot that I could get The Sims 3
Mm-hmm.
without having to download it illegally because it was very expensive. I think everything's very expensive where I live in. So I got to play Sims 3 already in college, way after it was already released. And by the time I was playing Sims 3, Sims 4 was already out. So I actually played The Sims 4 a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, just very recently, actually. Just during the pandemic, that's when I picked up The Sims 4 because I really didn't know where to get it for. And glad it was already on Steam by the time that I started playing it. So yeah, I've been playing Sims 4 for like 2 years straight now.
I 100% get you. So I started with Sims 1, loved Sims 1, played it to death, but I was a small child. So like I don't think I
Yeah, 3 years
fully
old.
right. Like I was 10 when I started playing. So I can't remember everything I did when I was 10 years old. Hell, I don't even know what I ate for dinner last week, let alone what I did when I was 10. And then I played Sims 2. I played a lot of Sims 2. I didn't play Sims 3 because I was in college/university at the time. And I picked up Sims 4 again after watching Kelsey and Peach K's 100 Baby Challenge.
Oh yes, that.
Right. And I was
I
like,
love that.
I can play The Sims. And then I bought it off Origins when it was like, the $5 sale. And I have been obsessed ever since. And now I like to ask this as a legacy player. If Origin or Steam put out the original Sims, like all the packs, and they put Sims 2 back on Origins, all the packs, would you buy it?
Oh yeah, I would absolutely buy it and relive everything. I didn't own all of the packs in Sims 2. I only had like the deluxe, which is like I think it was nightlife. I couldn't forget how enjoyable, how fun nightlife was. Like it was the best. I I really loved it. I would buy it. I'd buy all of it.
I would buy all of it too because Cookie Creative has been going back and playing Sims 1 and she's been sharing it. And I'm like, damn it. I now want to go back and play Sims 1. And I want to go back and play, obviously heart-shaped bed, you know,
Oh yeah.
which I didn't know vibrated till like 2 months ago. I want to go back and live that nostalgia because I like how I look at it is back when The Sims came out in like the like late 90s, early 2000s, that was a revolutionary game at its time. There was nothing even remotely close out there when it came to the Sims 1. And the Sims 2 was even groundbreaking. Like looking at the graphics from Sims 2 to Sims 1 is night and day difference. But I feel like now with like Sims 4, there are so many different types of simulation games that we can play. I feel like sometimes Sims 4 has a hard time sticking out. Do you kind of feel the same way?
Oh, I don't know. There are a lot. Every time somebody approaches me about like The Sims, they always talk about The Sims Mobile or
Hmm.
I don't know, somehow Imvu Second Life come into the party, even though they're not technically like The Sims, they're more of like
Yeah.
virtual environments, chat sites. So
Hmm.
how it's sticking out. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not aware of like the many other simulation games that like compared to The Sims in its scale that stick out.
No, I got you. I think there's one. I think it's called like Paralife or something. I've had people
Oh
talk
yeah,
about it.
Paralives.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's pretty close. I'm very concerned because you just brought up a really good point, like with Second Life and another one in North America. I was like, IMVU. I'm very concerned that The Sims 5 is gonna really turn into that.
Oh
Where
no, I hope not.
I
God.
hope not. I hope not. Which brings me to Project Renee. Have you followed any of it? What's been going on, or have you been staying clear of it?
Oh yeah, about Project Renee. During the time it was like announced, I
Mm-hmm.
was like I have been pretty active around that time, so I was very much aware of what's happening. And it was more of like it looks like it's still in the early stages of development. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't heard any news about it, mostly because I've just been staying a bit clear from social media, just just you know get having like a time for myself a little bit. But what I've heard so far is that it kind of looks like Paralives.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm a huge fan of Paralives, I love how it's like an indie game and we're really excited for it. It's just it's taking a while, and I wish they would release it early. But I do understand it takes like a long time to to create a game, especially if you're like an independent creator of this game. And yeah, well, The Sims is catching up really fast, and I don't know, I'm really excited about it. Honestly, I really
Yeah,
am.
I I have mixed feelings. I personally, I'm not ready to give up on Sims 4 just yet. Just because it's
Yeah.
so much money to like I have as I feel like as all Sims are, we are collectors and we have to have every pack. We have to if we can. Like I have all the expansions, I have all the game packs, I have most of the stuff packs, and I have like three of the kits. Um, I'm not ready to go spend hundreds of more dollars. I'm also not ready to go buy a new computer because I would have to take Sims 4 off my computer so I could play
Oh
Sims
yeah.
5. I'm just not there yet. Also, as a storyteller, for Sims, I really need CC. I need poses. That's not even a question. I don't think that's going to be ready like day one when Sims 5 comes out. And I think when Sims 5 comes out, it's going to be glitchy. It's going to be so glitchy that like I don't plan on buying Sims 5 until there's multiple expansion packs, until all the bugs are fixed, until I can also see that like EA is actually fulfilled on all their promises, like the color wheel, being able to customize your bed shapes. I'm just so concerned that they're actually not going to follow through on most of the stuff that they've promised. Or if there is, it's going to be like a subscription based service aspect of it. Like, oh, yeah, here's The Sims, but if you want to customize your game, it's going to be an extra $10 or $15 a month. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
knowing EA,
very
that's like
concerned about
not out
that.
of character.
No, it's not. And I'm so concerned of more microtransactions. Like, I don't know, like for a great example. So for Christmas this year, I really wanted, I think it was Dream Valley Star, whatever the Disney version of Animal Crossing was. I really wanted it.
Mm.
It was on my Christmas list. I wanted it. I didn't really look too much into it because obviously I'm a sucker and if anyone, I'm Disney. So if it's Disney and I can fucking be Elsa, like I'm gonna do it, right? So I just recently found out that it's going to be a freemium game. So right now, if you bought it, you basically just bought the beta and alpha versions. But come February 2023, it will be available for everybody for free,
For
but as a
free.
freemium. So you'll have to pay to get coins and dresses. And I literally said, no, because I'm a person that would do that. I'm a person that would say, oh, it's only like $5 for like 20,000 coins, like whatever. But then that's how they get you. And I'm really concerned at EA because what's easier, one $60 purchase or 10 $6 purchases? It's always going to be the 10 $6 purchases because it's not a big investment at one time when $60 is a lot. But if you say, oh, it's only $6 today, like it's whatever, that's the coffee, that's a sandwich, it's my daily Starbucks order. I just won't get Starbucks tomorrow and I'll make up for it. It's easier to get money that way than it is as a big purchase.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is, actually, I've actually said something similar about The Sims 5. At first, I was thinking, oh, I'm not ready to give up The Sims 4. I have all the packs, maybe except for like the most recent ones, and
Mm-hmm.
I keep whining about. I keep going on Twitter about how there aren't hotels yet. Why are we getting like we're getting The Sims 5. The Sims 4 doesn't have hotels.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have bands. And I'm just, where are these things? Why do we keep getting these useless packs? And I can't believe I have them.
Dude, we can't have decorative pillows
No, we can't.
without
We
having
have
CC,
pillows, but
right? Like,
yeah.
or like I like my next big thing is I want half open doors that are not CC.
Yes.
Because who
Yeah.
has doors closed in their house? I currently do because I'm a messy human and no one needs to see what my bedroom looks like. Because like that's my bedroom door right there. Like that's like I'm literally in a nook in my hallway. So like, yeah, I like that door is open. My closet door is open. Like I want that realisticness instead of it just being oh closed, always closed.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the amount of building tutorials I've watched to get like more realistic clutter and more realistic scenarios in house. Like for example, my favorite thing to do whenever I do a kitchen is to make integrated kitchens because I know I'll never have one in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And there aren't any integrated kitchens in The Sims, like, a cabinet, a cabinet holding a refrigerator, and then like
Mm-hmm.
everything else is like built into it. And thankfully we had Dream Home Decorator, but like the gameplay aspect of that is kind of meh. I've played it a few times and I'm supposed to enjoy it because I'm an interior designer, but like I don't.
I
I just
yeah, like no, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
yeah, it's all right. But like it's definitely it lacks a lot in gameplay. As a builder, I really enjoy The Sims 4. The gameplay, oh man, I had installed like a few mods to like enjoy the gameplay. But for a time when I was playing The Sims 4 at first, like
Mm-hmm.
during the panny, there's allowed to say pandemic, but like yeah, I actually just played the gameplay all for like a long time. I haven't built until like my I had been playing straight for like 6 months until I started to build seriously. It's like I just really enjoy and I really miss playing The Sims. Like, and I just renovated like the existing houses. But like
Mm-hmm.
most of the time when I was playing The Sims, when I first started The Sims 4, a couple of years ago, I was just playing the gameplay without mods, and then I got
Mm-hmm.
really really bored of it because I had like many packs already.
Yeah.
I like gave it a go. So yeah, it felt like I there's a lot that I missed. Like okay, where is this? Where is that? And it was a bit disappointing. So I installed some mods and like, oh, okay, that's what I needed.
Well, yeah, I think that's crazy. And I think you touched on a really good point. Like, yeah, like we have all the packs and stuff, but it's not enough. It's not
It
enough to
really
keep
isn't.
us entertained. It's not enough to, keep it going. Like you touched on a really good point with Dream Home Decorator. Like I thought like that gameplay was gonna be awesome. I was expecting like we could do like our own HGTV shit and like go in and like renovate houses, but it's the same fucking storyline over and over and over and
It
over and
is.
over, and it's so like it's so repetitive. It's the same with the actor. I was like, oh my god, I want to be an actress. I could like I can't be an actress in real life, but I can be an actress in The Sims, and like it's just the same. They go, you do the same like acting bits, and they go into the chair, and then they're like, oh, that's not the right makeup. Oh, look, we'll do this one. Let's just waste our 12 hours it takes to do it, right? Like the first time it's cool. This like, and then like the eighth or ninth or 10th or 11th or 12th time, you just get so annoyed because it's just the same thing. It's like owning a restaurant in The Sims 4. Like I went to culinary school. Like that was one of, I will still say, one of my favorite packs because I really love to build restaurants in The
Yeah.
Sims. But the actual like gameplay of it, it's like you want to like pull your eyeballs out because it like why does it take 27 hours to get your fucking pancakes delivered? Why? It doesn't make sense.
Dino is so broken. I mean,
Right?
even this, yeah, the team is the Sims team. Like there was a patch. I don't remember which one, but they practically made fun of themselves because they said like who like something about like die not being broken. What can we do? Blah blah blah. Something like that. I don't remember which one, but it was like around this year. Was it last year that they released like a patch with patch notes
Mm-hmm.
talking about die not being broken. We're like, what? Are we supposed to find this funny? They can't fix it. Why? It sounds
Right?
like they can't fix it.
But I think that's like you have okay, so if you can't fix it, have this game pack always at $5. Knowing the fact that it's broken, knowing that it's going to be glitchy, how can you in your right mind sell something that you know is broken? And without,
Right.
yeah, that's people's hard-earned money that we're spending on to being able to enjoy this game, and it's broken. My hope is that before they give us Project Renee, Sims 5, probably in the next couple of years, that they go back and fix Sims 4. They have to.
Oh, they
Because
have
they
to.
have to, because every person I've talked to on this, no one has ever said, no, Stassi, there's no, excuse me, bugs in this game. No, there are, and we know it, and they know it. So why aren't they fixing it instead of like I've been saying this for about a year now. Like EA and Marvel are going tit for tat for releasing so much content that, but they're not fixing it. They're just we don't
They're
care.
not.
We don't care. Like because like next year there's gonna be one more expansion pack that comes out. Oh, actually, sorry, two more expansion packs, and there's gonna be a game pack and 1,000 kits. Like we know that, but I would honestly care for no more expansions, maybe a game pack, and go back and do pack refreshes to these older kits that you've had out since 2015. Go back and refresh those and fix the bugs and reward people who have been playing The Sims for 20 years instead of being like, yeah, but you're going to buy it anyway. So we don't really care if it's not like fixed, because I think what's going to happen if they continue to do that, they're going to piss off us and we're the ones buying everything because we're legacy players. I think they need to come back and be like, okay, we want to reward you, and don't give us like a fucking desert island kit, just like an $8 kit. Don't do that. Hey, you know what? If we'll give you 50% off Sims 5 because you've had the base game of Sims 4 for 4+ years now. We reward you for your there. Or like we can see that you've played The Sims for 70,000 hours. Here's a reward. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, here's a kit that you're never going to use.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
okay, bye. You know what I mean? Am I just being salty, Pazzy, or do you feel the same way?
No, I get it. I honestly, it's bad. You know what's bad? I'm like, I want to know what these expansions are, and I'll probably end up buying them. I'll probably end up buying them anyways, which just sucks that like that mindset where you're excited about it, even though
Mm-hmm.
you're like really frustrated with the stuff that you have, and you're like, oh, do you have a new pack? And like, oh, it looks nice. Yeah, I'm buying this.
Yeah, I like the world. I see a 64 by 64 lot there. Gotta have it. Like I got EA got me twice last year. Fool me
Yeah.
once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on I guess still me. Because I was so excited for my wedding stories for one aspect, having a wedding cake bakery. Because as being a
Oh,
culinary person, I that's my dream to have my own bakery and specifically focus on wedding cakes. Because that's something I used to do in my real life. And I was so excited that I could build that in The Sims. The fucking cakes are not in debugged because I saw the Sims
they're
community idol.
not.
No, you have to make them. And I was like, are you shitting me? We have 1,000 debugged rocks, but we can't have like at least 10 cakes made because
No.
they only last for 7 hours. And then that's it. And if you upload it to the gallery, the cakes are all rotten.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm. And I was
It's
pissed when that happened.
I think you can have a bakery if you have Get to Work.
You can, but I wanted the cake display in the window. That is a huge
Yeah.
thing for bakeries to have your wedding cake display in the windows, and that's all I wanted. And I did it, and they're like, "Stos, so your cakes are rotten." Eh? And I'm like, and then the second one was high school years. So
Oh yeah.
I make Rose Chronicles. It's based in high school, and I was so excited to have a football fields and cheerleaders that dance. Let me real I did not realize that you had to have the patch dirt and they went there. And I was so pissed. I was like, but that no, I don't want that because there's poses where they're able to do, the pyramid and handsprings and stuff like that. It's nothing like that in the game. So I was like, EA did me dirty twice last year. I'm not going to be running to go get whatever the next expansion pack is. I'm not because whatever I feel like it's going to be, it's not going to be 100% of what I think it could be.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's
yeah,
that's true. Manage your expectations.
right. I think it's going to be a 10. It actually comes in about a 4, and that's when I'm disappointed. I'm like, "Oh." But like I'm not going to get me wrong, I really do like the build by and I love the debugged that
Oh,
came
it's
from
the best.
it's the best. So like
The
that
high school years.
I'm not
Um,
disappointed from that aspect. I just had this expectation of actually having cheerleaders. Or here's the best part. They so much focus on football players. That's a huge focus in the show because we have a fucking football, but there is no football outfits.
no,
In
oh wait,
No,
there
it's a
are, but
gym
they don't
outfit.
have the like.
No,
Yeah, they. Yeah,
it's
I
a
guess
fucking gym
they.
clothes.
Yeah,
Yes,
they don't have it.
I know. Patsy, I know. Because I was using CC before, and guess what I'm still using? CC.
You see.
Yes. Anyways, um, Project Renee. We'll see. Are you? I mean, we're not gameplay people, but are you excited for infants to show up?
Actually, I don't showcase my gameplay at
Mm-hmm.
all on like anywhere. Just very rarely because
Yeah.
I don't really have like a cohesive storyline unlike many of the people that I've met on Twitter, on Instagram. They have like a very cohesive legacy or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
mine's just it's just I like to build in between. So would you imagine that I haven't actually aged up many of my kids in a long time because like I just build. I keep building and building and it takes me like so long to build one house. Like it could take weeks,
Mm-hmm.
months,
Yeah.
rarely like days if it's like straight, but like many hours. But anyways, uh what was the question? I'm sorry. The infants.
The
Yeah,
infants. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm so excited actually for infants. Like it I kind of had flashbacks of the Sims 3 infants and the Sims 2 infants where you like we actually act as infants. Like but I've seen people on Twitter complain about them looking like toddlers. And I'm like, um the age difference is quite small. Can we like
Mhm.
not ignore the fact that teens look like young adults? I have to double check. Like I have to hover like my cursor above
Mhm.
like teen to check if they're young adults. And I'm like,
Right?
yeah, that's more concerning to me than the infants looking like the toddlers. Like they don't. They do kind of, but it's very subtle because
Yeah,
they're at that stage where the age difference is quite small.
exactly. So, but we're still getting hashtag debug baby. That's still a newborn life cycle. So we're having newborn, infant, toddler, child, teen, young adult, adult, and death. I would much rather have a life phase between adult and elder, and then make elders actually playable instead of dying. Because
Oh yeah.
like later today, I'm going to be filming 25 facts say you thought you knew about The Sims 2. I didn't realize that in The Sims 2, the elders could have part-time jobs. I didn't
Oh
remember that
yeah.
fact. I completely forgot. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, how come elders in The Sims 4 fucking knit? And then the 10 seconds later, you see death. Prepare Elga's last stages. She's gonna die. And you're like, what the fuck? She just aged. She just became an elder. So I would also like to see like retirement homes, um, like actual communities for that life stage. I would very much love to see that. This is what I'm concerned about for infants is I think they're going to use the same code for cats and dogs for the moving aspect
Oh
of it, because think about it, they already have the code, right, of how to make
yeah.
something with on four potential legs, or when they crawl. You don't think this baby's gonna you're getting a notification, Caden ran away, go get the infant, or the glitches where they're like half in between the wall. But this was pointed out to me pretty early on, is so like let's talk about dine out, let's talk about outdoor retreat, let's talk about packs that came out in like 2015. How is that code, like the new infant code, going to work with that old code? Because I don't think it's going to work well.
Yeah.
They have to start refreshing everything if we're gonna have infants crawling, unless they use the cat and dog code.
I don't know anything about code, honestly. But like I'm having I for some reason I was thinking about a baby walking like, a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very possible.
It's
Have you
just
seen the glitches where like the dogs like stand up?
mhm, like a
Those
child.
are terrifying. They do. They act like humans sometimes. Like there's
Mhm.
this glitch where they just stand up, or I don't know. I've seen it personally, but I could cite your reference. Like I
Mhm.
like watching Call Me Kevin,
Oh
and
yeah.
then he had like this. He was in a vet. He was in a vet, and he set something on fire, and the dog was panicking like a human sim. it just, it was so weird.
Because it's because
Yeah,
they use the child code or something on it. Sorry,
yeah,
for
they
when it came to that,
did.
right? And you're just like, no, don't do that, EA. You have one job. You have one job. Figure it out and then do it. But anyways, any other topics you want to, sorry, anything else you want to add before we move on to the next topic?
I don't know. Let's see. I just really want hotels. If the next expansion pack is a hotel, and or if it's a band like the other ones, like
Mhm.
Showtime or something similar to that, or whatever, like performance type, not like not like Get Famous where it's just acting. There's no music aspect to it
Yeah,
necessarily.
I,
I'm
I
gonna stop buying the packs after I get those.
I
That's
mean,
all.
Sims 4 is done when they give us, potentially hotels, landlord, the ability, horses, cars, ferries. That's when it's circling down the drain,
Oh yeah, those.
being that it's done. But anyways, I want to switch gears and I want to talk about your amazing builds. You are a phenomenal part of the building community, without a doubt. I know it's one of your builds when I see it. So a question I love to ask builders is, talk to me about your building process.
Oh man. My building process. What I usually would do is, of course, I do a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
I confess I'm not the best when it comes architecturally,
Mm-hmm.
and even as a designer, I still do my research even for my real life projects. It makes more sense to do it also for my sim stuff. So I take a lot of time to just sit down and like look at Pinterest, look at YouTube, those house tours,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to put them into the Sims because um I don't know, it just takes me a while. I like to take my time to do it. So I do my research first. I
Mm-hmm.
map out the floor plan, even if it's like in game or like I draw it on paper. And then I try to think about how many people would live here, who would be the perfect sim to live here. So it's a lot of those that play into how I do my houses. But for my commercial lots,
Mm-hmm.
my community lots, as you know, the community would call it, it's more general. It's a lot more, I'd say it's much more fun. They're much more fun to do. It's just sometimes the lot doesn't fit, sometimes the world doesn't fit. So I have to think about, hey, would it look good on Windenburg?
Mm-hmm.
Would it look good in Copperdale? Or is it better to put this in Solani? Or should I put this in uh Salvadorada? So it's a lot of thinking and thinking and thinking, and then I start building and building. I just really enjoy it. It takes me so long. I don't even want to talk about how long it takes me to build even just a 20 by 15. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I was working on one, and I don't know how long it took me to build just 120 by 15, because I make sure that it looks good in every angle. It's call me a perfectionist, but it's just, yeah, I try not to be too hard on myself and how long it takes me to build a house or
No,
any other lot.
I 100% get you. Girl, I got you. It takes me a year to build something that I might probably delete. You have
Yeah.
simmers out there, they're like, yeah, so I like, I don't know, I build it in like an hour. Like an hour. A fucking
How do you?
hour. I'm looking at bushes in an hour, and I'm probably gonna delete those too.
Oh
Cause
yeah,
right? Like Juby
it
Sims,
takes
like
so
it
long.
takes her about 6 or 7 hours to build one of those giant castles.
Yeah.
It take me a year, and I get maybe half a wall in one terrain, not a full terrain, just one terrain, one hill.
I've
um,
never built a castle. I don't think I'll start.
yeah, no,
I
I'm gonna stick to my restaurants. I'll build those.
Yeah, furnishing a castle would be like hell for me because I look at it and I hate it. I'm like, oh my God, will I use CC? Probably not. I keep saying, oh, I'll use CC, I'll use CC. But it's like, no way, there's a new pack. Maybe I should use the new pack. And then I end up using the new pack. Like, I thought I was gonna use CC.
I do you use CC in your builds?
Oh, no, I haven't yet, but I've downloaded a few that I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to try. It's just, I'm, the sad thing about using CC, I get a lot of, yeah, and I've seen people use CC. I've never gotten like the hate that people get when they use CC. It's just awful. Whenever I hear, like, I see the comments of Simlacy sometimes that people are just, I don't know, sometimes people are quite mean to her whenever she uses CC, that she actually made a second channel showcasing all of her CC builds there. So I was like, excuse me, something that I'm trying to avoid is like getting all these negative comments, even though I know it will come, even though it's like unwarranted, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's unnecessary hate for creators who use CC. Because like it's cheating. Oh, you're not an actually good builder because you use CC. I get a lot of hate for using Tool for some reason, even though it's like,
Everybody
oh, you
uses
can just,
Tool.
yeah, everybody
Everybody
uses Tool, and
uses
you can,
Tool.
yeah. And you can still just download it, without issue. So why are you complaining? Oh, I'm using too many packs. I also get a lot of people mad about that. It's like these days I'm trying to just, ignore it because I just
Mm-hmm.
build because I want to, and it's not trying to please anybody, but it's more of if I hate it, then I hate it. And I won't care if you like it or not. If I hate it, then I hate it.
Like
So,
honestly, do not listen to the hate because that's what irks
yeah.
me. Because so I talk to any type of creator in the sim, right? So it's universally accepted that if you're a cast creator, you have to use CC.
Yeah.
It's fine. But anytime I ask the builder, like, do you use CC? No, no, because like, well, and I'm like, the EA community, listen to me. You are a great builder if you use CC. You're a great cast creator if you use CC. EA does not give you everything that you may need to design your home. Yes, you can use tool to an extent. Let's take that with an asterisk there. Let's to an extent. There's certain things you cannot do, so you need
Yeah.
CC, and there's these amazing CC creators out there that has these things. I don't see the difference of you using a mod to a CC. It's the same thing. You're still modding the game. Maybe you just wanted a fucking throw pillow. Maybe you wanted a blanket. It's the same, if no different than using MCC Command Center or fucking Tool or Red Shelf. It's the same. So everyone needs to like calm down a little. Sorry, I'll get off my
Yeah.
soapbox, but I've just heard so many people say that, and it just irks me to no
Oh
end.
yeah.
It doesn't
Oh
matter.
man.
It's your artwork and how you want to put your artwork in. Maybe you needed to use that CC because that's how you had the vision. Like, it's okay to use CC in builds if you so choose to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
I actually have like a few of CC that I've downloaded that
Mm-hmm.
I want to use. It's just I haven't actually opened The Sims for a while, I'll confess.
Yeah.
I have a new job. It's really, really fun. It's like, oh, I miss The Sims. It's like I love working like real interiors, which is just awesome. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the stuff that I've built in The Sims, I've actually revisited, took some of that and
Mm-hmm.
put it in some of my designs, which is very, very fun.
No,
And it's like seeing it in real life already.
that's that.
It's just yeah.
Go ahead.
I haven't actually like nothing really built yet. It's just more conceptual. So it's just nice that I was able to make some of these designs in The Sims that I could actually put out in real life now
Mm-hmm.
because I'd say The Sims is a great tool for like architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Just not the one that I'd recommend professionally. But it's a good visualizing tool. I've had a few people tell me that they use it to make their salons,
Mm-hmm.
make their condominium apartments and everything else. So I always like, oh, that's great. Actually, it's a good thing because you can put yourself in it and you can see how you interact with your space. So
Mm-hmm.
that's great. That's fun.
No,
So
it is great.
yeah, it's just went on topic. Like yeah, about CC. Yeah, I have a few CC that I just really want to use. There's so many amazing creators out there. And I'm just taking catalog and I've like sometimes I browse what they have. It's like, oh my God, this is such a nice bed. Why don't we have beds like this in game? Why is it so
Mm-hmm.
hard? Why can't
Why
CC yeah.
yeah, like why can't we have pillows in our bed
Yeah,
that,
the pillows. God, the pillows. Oh my gosh.
or
I'd
blankets
die.
that are actually thicker? But no, you touched on a good point of before taking stuff in Sims and doing it in real life. So I work corporate marketing and I deal with a lot of realtors, and a lot of realtors actually hire out people to build, like in the Sims, models of homes and show you this is what it will look like. This is like a 3D rendering of it. When I moved into this place, I built the house. I found the floor plan. I built it square to square so I could actually see if our beds were going to fit, what it would look like.
Oh,
Yeah. And my girlfriend, love her. She's first time home buyer, just bought a farm. So I said to her, I said, I will make your farm in the Sims and we'll be able to place everything in your house. And then we'll place, give me the acres and we'll place where we're going to stick your animals and how much space you're going to have. And she's like, you can do that. I'm like, you can do that. You absolutely can do that. And I think
oh,
that's something
that's so cool.
that is really cool that you're able to, in the Sims do that. Because if we know people take floor plans and remake them in the Sims, like look at Lava
Yeah.
Cake. She does it all the time. I love that. And I think that's cool, taking a game and making it into real life.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking like, hey, maybe I should just do that in the office instead of using my programs.
Oh, for sure. I work with
That would be
tons of
so
realtors, and
fun.
they will literally have their 3D person usually playing Sims 4. And I'm like, hi, hire me. Not a pro builder, podcaster, not a builder. Anyways, Patsy, I got a couple more questions for you, and then I'm gonna let
All
you go anyway
right.
because I know it's bedtime. So you have a YouTube channel. Talk to me about your YouTube channel because I just did a roundtable for Sims YouTubers, and we talked a lot about like our experiences on your YouTube. What's your experience on YouTube?
Okay. So my channel is actually, I'd say I started my channel back in 2017, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't for The Sims. It was for another game. It's called
Okay.
Avakin Life. I talk about it a little bit. It's like Imvu, but I'd say it's milder. It's more compact, and it's a really fun social community.
Mhm.
I stopped creating content for Avakin Life during the pandemic because it just wasn't, my internet was slow, and I would just have like I didn't have the best environment to create
Mhm.
content for Avakin. So I started my Sims channel without like having to talk over
Mhm.
around December 20. I don't know, it wasn't December. I think it was around August or November. Oh yeah, wait, it was November 2020. So I started showing my builds. It
Mhm.
it was because I also started posting them on Reddit, and then I was like, all right, you know what? I'll add like a video. I'll do speed builds, and I decided that when I was doing my speed builds, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't like the idea of recording myself while I build because I keep messing up and I have to cut that out, and then
Mhm.
the clip's too long. So I learned how to do stop motion. I first saw Wambells do it in Reddit. He was posting this video.
Mhm.
He posted a video of like a short stop motion. It's like, what is this? What kind of video is this? And he said, oh, it's a stop motion. This is how he didn't actually tell me to do it. I was like asking in the comments. And then I saw a tutorial by Similian.
Mhm.
I followed that. Um, and I made my first stop motion around that time, around November 2020. And it was probably the most tedious thing I've ever done. And I keep making more and more of them, and they adding extra animations. And I really like how it's presented. It's very clean, it's satisfying, and I just like seeing all these things come together. With every video I put out, it's always an improvement from the last one.
Mhm.
It's never really the most uniform kind of formula because you can see my intros the same, but like some parts of my video are different. Like it's smoother, it's faster, there are more animations. The more animations, the longer it takes. It could take me up to 2 weeks to actually film the whole thing. And you take it screenshot by screenshot. I made a tutorial of my own, a little bit of additional info from Similians. I did a couple to
Mhm.
showcase how to actually make these stop motions. And a lot of people seem to really appreciate it. It's just a lot of people also get discouraged by it because it does take a while. But I guess I started looking at it as something like a piece of art that I'm working on.
Mhm.
Even though it takes so long to do, it's fun for me because it's relaxing, somewhat therapeutic, and I just keep making as many as I can. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't put out content as often, mostly because it takes, like I
Mhm.
mentioned, keep mentioning, it takes a long time to create one,
Mhm.
and plus the amount of time it takes to build as well. So, my channel exists because I just like sharing what I create, and
Mhm.
it doesn't matter to me how long it takes me to create them, as long as I love what it looks like and I love what I'm doing. So, yeah, that's basically kind of the story about my channel. So,
I love
yeah.
that. I just learned a lot about stop motion. My heart goes out to everyone that does it. I don't have the patience. I realize you can either go from, you build it and then you delete, or
Yeah.
you go individual item and then go. Yeah, Godspeed to anybody who wants to do that. I have a hard enough time editing these podcasts, and we know they're pretty everything stays in. So I couldn't even imagine going thousands upon thousands of screenshots just to go bloop 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 or bloop and then bloop and then bloop. No, I could not even imagine. But no, it is, you said it's art. It's absolutely art. It is so amazing and beautiful and so oddly satisfying every time I see one. I'm just like, oh my God, this is so good. Um, what advice would you give anybody who wants to start making stop motion videos?
Oh, okay. I'd say, I guess, is not to look at it as chore,
Okay.
but it's I know it takes a long time to do one, but it really, really takes a lot of patience. You will mess up. You will mess up, period. Like
Mm-hmm.
the first time you create it, I remember spending like a whole hour in just one scene because I couldn't remember whether I should go back and forth or if I should delete it like this or like that.
Mm-hmm.
So messing up is part of the process and you shouldn't really be hard on yourself. It takes a lot of time getting used to. So if you want to give it a try, don't be too discouraged about how long it will take. Don't be discouraged if you make a mistake because it's very, very normal to make mistakes, especially if you're new to it. I highly recommend you watch tutorials from start to finish. Get
Mm-hmm.
everything you can, note it down if so that it'll be a lot easier for you. If you're trying to figure it out on your own, it might be difficult. So tutorials are very helpful. There are many. I tried to go really in depth with mine, and I every time anyone asks, I always share it. Oh, I have this tutorial. I hope it can be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You should start with like the basics, and if you want to learn the type that I do, it's a little bit more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go baby steps because
Mm-hmm.
mistakes are very, very common. So yeah.
No, that's awesome. Now I know you have tutorials. Any other tutorials that you would recommend for anybody who wants to get started with it?
I mentioned Simelian earlier. She was the one I watched. Although hers is like I wouldn't say outdated, but there's just some things that she wasn't able to note, so I added like a few to mine. You can
Okay.
watch hers for like the basic stuff. Hers is a lot faster and a little bit a lot more a lot shorter and like to the point. Mine's like, oh, you have to do this, do that. Don't forget this and that. So if you want like something that's like a little bit faster for you, just for you to understand how it's done, the basic steps, you go see hers. If
Mm-hmm.
you want some more advice, just so that it'll be a lot easier for you, you can watch mine. So yeah.
I love that. Well, final question for you. Do you have anything cool or exciting that you're working on? I know you're taking a break from social media, but is there anything that you're going to want to share? Now, I'm going to note this isn't coming out till March, so you have a giant runway of anything that you want to share.
Oh, this is coming out until March. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this podcast is gonna be out in March.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, oh God, I have so many whips. I have a lot. Like I was supposed to release, I'm actually done with one. It's a very special little build that I've been working on for
Mm-hmm.
months. It's a
Okay.
very small one, but I took a lot of time to create this. There's so many new packs that came in between,
Mm-hmm.
and just a little bit preview. It's cultural. It's inspired by my culture, and I dare say it's my dream house. It's tiny, but it's my dream house. So that's coming out hopefully maybe this month. I don't know if
Okay.
it's like this December is like difficult when you post a build because it's like it's seasonal. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
gonna post a Christmas build and like my Christmas builds like I don't know. I don't feel like building anything Christmassy because like my seasonal builds tend to like I don't know. I look at my stats too.
Yeah.
It's to me I enjoy building, but I also have to look at my stats because I have a channel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I also have this big house that's a farm that I've been working on for this one. This is actually years in the making because
Wow.
I keep changing it. I keep changing it every time there's like a new. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Every time there's like a new pack. I'm like, oh my god, this will come out. This will look really really nice with this item. So I built it before cottage living. So it's a farmhouse that I made before cottage living. So that was
Okay.
like a while back, and it's a massive uh, eight sim house. I also have what else? There's this. I went to work on a milk tea, bubble tea cafe, and I'm also I also have plans of working on a spa. So a lot of people have been requesting more commercial builds.
Hmm.
I'd love to build something that's inspired by the projects I have in real life. It's just I don't think it's feasible
Oh yeah.
because like the curved walls are kind of I don't know if it's fixed, but like it's this curved walls in The Sims 4 are disappointing to me. They're just God, I don't know. I don't know how to work with them. The curved walls, the curved everything. It's not working for me. So I don't. You're probably not gonna see any real life projects that I have because like,
I just think it's crazy. EA puts out curved walls, but doesn't realize that windows are not curved. So you
God,
have
they're
you have to
just
mesh it
broke.
to get to curve. It's phenomenal. But no, Passia, that's absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to see everything that you will be working on and showing off, especially the house that's been in the years from makings. I cannot wait to see that because it's going to be so special once you release it, because then we can all be like, oh my god, this is amazing. You're like, I know, thank you, this has taken me a long time and it's so important to me. But where can we find your amazing work? What's your socials?
Oh, okay. My socials are my YouTube channel is Paszerine, Pazerine, and I also have Twitter, same Paszerine still, and my Instagram is also Paszerine. I'm also on Reddit, so u/Paszerine if you wanna, you know, talk to me in Reddit. I'm very active on Reddit. And yeah, that's basically all my socials.
Very nice. Are you on Hive?
Hive?
Yeah, Hive. Are you on Hive?
Hive. Oh no, I'm not on Hive, unfortunately.
That is okay. I jumped on it pretty quick and I'm like, this is so laggy. I just can't do this. It's like it takes like 5 minutes to post a photo. I'm like, I can't do this. But anyways, Pezzy, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming here today. You,
Thank you for inviting me.
of course, you're welcome back anytime. You are such an amazing part of this community, and I cannot wait to see what next year holds for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This
Of
was really fun.
Of course. Well, it was so much fun getting to talk to you. And again, you're welcome back anytime and have a great rest of your day. Okay.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.